Goal and the football games bring a hint of the cold, time to get away. We'll pack the car with escape in mind, forgetting about classes, leaving books behind, time to get away. Empty cottage sitting on the shore, tourists all left about a month before, and we're gonna have a good time. Gonna have a good time. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there, I swear we'll never part.
And what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gore and More podcast. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser. And joining me today is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
And Scuba Steve Vasquez.
What's up, motherfuckers?
And the killing machine himself, Bobby Amone.
Hi, you fucks.
Today is October 12th, 2020, and we got a banger of an episode for you today. But first, you know what time it is. It's time for your Slice of Life. Scuba Steve, what'd you do?
So this past weekend, I did some pretty cool shit. I went on a paranormal investigation to the Martha Chapel Cemetery, and we stayed pretty much all night. It was pretty fucking intense. It's one of the most supposedly haunted cemeteries in Texas. And so we went out there just to, get some stuff down for our investigations and get some videos for later on episodes of Somewhat Supernatural. So it went pretty good, man. And that was all I did. And then yesterday I was just beat. I didn't do anything. I stayed in bed all day. And yeah, that was it, man. That was legit it. That's all I did all weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, of course, Friday was the debut of Somewhat Supernatural. So that went pretty good, I think. Got a lot of messages in my inbox saying, that they can't wait for more episodes. So that was pretty it. Chad, what about you?
Well, I am back from my little night shift duty. I have my crew more or less trained as where I want them to be. I think it'll be working out good. Hopefully we get some more people on there so that they can train the new people, and I don't have to worry about that. But aside from work, let's see what else. This is really interesting. This happened a couple weeks ago. So I happened to notice something on Facebook. So I decided to take a trip down memory lane. Bobby, look at this here. This is my senior yearbook. Woo! So I got to show you guys. You guys are going to get a kick out of this. Let me show you my handsome little face. This is me right down here in the corner.
Holy shit. Look at that guy. Look at that guy right there.
And then over here on this page is this charming young lady.
Not my mom. Not my mom.
So her name is Denise Denon, and yeah, that is totally TJ's mom.
Shit. Yo. Nice.
And then it occurred to me, Chad graduated with my mom, my stepdad. Yep.
Nice.
So wait. Could Chad be your dad?
Oh
no.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. He says, I don't
I'm
know.
trying to see some similarities here.
What do you know, Bobby?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but I might know something.
I can confirm he is not my son. I never dated anything with his mom.
Guys on board for just a show. A Gore and More special of Maury.
Gory Povich.
There we go. Oh shit!
But no, aside from that, a couple weeks ago I got those little. Have you guys seen the little NECA capsule figures?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did get the the Halloween 2 one, and there's a lot of cool stuff. And I did pick up the Child's Play one for Taryn. So TJ, whenever you get a chance, swing by and pick that up.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, one popped open. It's has a Good Guys keychain in it. But there's a lot of cool stuff. Keychains. There's one that's Michael Myers mask for NECA figures. There's an actual the skull mask for Halloween 3.
Yes.
I actually put it on one of my Jason figures.
I thought that was just the head from one of the NECA figures that you put on there.
It is a head from one of the NECA figures from the Halloween 3, the little 3-pack.
Oh, nice.
So it's nice that they included that.
That stays in the box over there. That shit doesn't leave the box.
Uh-uh.
That is a nice set. If I see it, I'll grab it. No, aside from that, not much. Bobby, how about you, brother?
It was a busy weekend. It was also a chill weekend. I know, Scuba Steve, you had your thing going on Saturday night. I actually went on a ghost tour in New Hope.
Oh, nice.
Saturday night. It was nice. Me and my girlfriend, her one friend, went, and then I had a couple of my friends with us, and we went. It was nice. It was a little more history though than like ghosts, but it was still such a fun time actually, because we like to do that kind of stuff. And then yesterday was a chill day. Pretty much had dinner here at home. Was hanging out with her, and then we also one bakery starts making Halloween cakes now, and all I gotta say is they're fucking good. Sugary, but they're fucking good. John, there's only one way that's happening.
I need
$20.
Bobby, sorry. I was gonna do it for free. I mean,
so
Frankie.
But yeah, that's about it for this weekend. It wasn't a very productive weekend, but it was a fun weekend. So, but this week I'll continue doing some other stuff and such. I won't tell you what. You should all know what's going on by now. I'm just doing it, and when it's time to debut stuff, I'll debut it because there's no shows going on right now. So it's going to wait a little longer. So I'm taking my sweet ass time with updating anything and everything I certainly can.
Awesome.
That's about it. Boss man, take it away. What's up?
So as I say every week, I did podcasts here, podcasts there, and podcasts everywhere. Like Scuba mentioned earlier, we debuted Somewhat Supernatural on Friday. Any technical issues that we have, we can now blame on ghosts, so I am free in the clear.
Yes.
That's the only benefit of a show there, is just kidding. No, we get to see that handsome face every other week, exclusively on Project Louder's Facebook, YouTube page, and on audio form on Spotify, iTunes, working on Google because they're bastards, and any other place that you listen to audio content. So the funny thing is, little sidebar here, with Google Play, they must have switched a platform or some sort of thing where now I have to transfer all the Project Louder shows and verify every single one of them.
I think that's because Google Play got rid of their they're getting rid of Google Play or something. They're switching over to something new.
Oh, I see. It's shitty because what I have to do is I have to go claim ownership, then they'll send me a verification code to the assigned email for that. And then I have to go back, find that email, but they don't send it right away. It's delayed as fuck. Sometimes it won't even send.
Do you have to do that for every episode?
Not every episode, every podcast. So
every podcast. Okay.
Yeah. Give or take 12 or 14, but like I said, some of them are delayed, so you don't know which codes for which one, and it's just because they all go to the same email. But whatever. Anyway, I did a podcast earlier with Ken Sagos. You might know him as Kincaid from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. He's over doing Freddy Fest and a couple of other signings with Project Louder staff, Mixed Ron. They are just signing away in pandemic life. They said it's very interesting, to say the least, but the Mahoning Drive-In super cool. I can't wait to go visit there. I think some Gore hounds have been there before, and I think Cameron Miller is a frequent visitor there as well. Heather's been there a couple times, hasn't she, Chad?
Has. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. But other than that, watching movies, doing the whole Halloween thing. I watched John Carpenter's Vampires with Taryn for the first time the other day.
Yeah. I love that movie.
This is going to be a very funny story, but so we watch it. Taryn loves it. She thinks James Woods is like the shit now, right? And then, you know that scene where he like covers the whole motel in kerosene and then walks outside?
Yep.
When he's starting to walk, Taryn goes, blow up. And then as soon as it blows up, she goes, yeah. So the movie ends, and she looks and she goes, is there a sequel? And I said, I think there is.
There is.
So we look it up on YouTube, and it pops up John Bon Jovi.
Oh, God, that's right.
It's terrible.
And we watch it, and Taryn goes, that doesn't look good. Don't waste your money. Do not rent it. And I was like, okay. And she's like, seriously, don't rent it. It looks bad. And I was like, okay, Taryn.
I got like 10 minutes into that, and I said, fuck this.
Yeah.
I think I watched it. I think I watched it all the way through, but it was so long ago. I just remember it being really bad compared to the first one.
I think the only even connection between Carpenter and that one is it's Tommy Lee Wallace who directed it. And he's a great director, but for some reason, the movies he gets are always the weird ones, except for like Halloween 3 and It. And then Vampires 2 was like, wait, really?
But yeah, he's watching a lot of different films recently and then producing a bunch of shows and stuff. But more so about this film, 1998's Deep Rising, that this is a Chad pick. This is the Chadwick's list. This is the last one from his pick of underwater films.
Not only is this the last one, this is the one that inspired the whole list to begin with.
There we go. It is the, what do they call it? The coup de grace of, oh my God. I can tell you what, this is the amalgamation of the last 6 water-themed episodes, all jam-packed into one and then wrapped in a perfectly shitty CGI bow. So let's talk about it. 1998's Deep Rising, directed by Stephen Sommers, who also did The Mummy and Van Helsing. Not a good reflection on his other work, though. Written by Stephen Sommers.
I love The Mummy, though. It's a fun
Mummy,
movie.
yeah, I do like the movie. Produced by John Badalecki, Mario Iskevich, and Lawrence Mark, starring Treat Williams from Dead Heat with the Phantom as John Finnegan, Famke Janssen from the X-Men film series or House on Haunted Hill. She's also the hot teacher in The Faculty.
Oh, God, I forgot to mention that. Yep.
Also, GoldenEye.
Yes.
Okay. As Trillian St. James, Anthony Heed from Silence of the Lambs as Simon Canton, Kevin J. O'Connor from Lord of Illusions or The Mummy as Joey Tooch Pantechi. You can't like his voice and it's so great. It's the same character in The Mummy.
Yeah.
You like is Lord of Illusions just got the 4K release? Is that what I tagged you in today? Was it Lord of Illusions?
No, that's Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness that did. Okay. Wes Studi from Last Mohicans or Mystery Man as Hanover. Derek O'Connor, Time Bandits End of Days as Captain H.W. Atherton. Jason Fleming as Mulligan. Cliff Curtis as Mamuli? Yeah.
Mamuli.
Yeah, that works.
Clifton Powell from Rush Hour as Mason. Trevor Goddard as T-Ray. Digimon. Hunasa as Vivo. Una Damon as Leela. And Clint Curtis as Billy.
Okay, you did not mention that Trevor Goddard was Kano in Mortal Kombat, you fuck.
Is he Kano in Mortal Kombat?
Yes, he's Kano in Mortal Kombat.
Oh. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. Cinematography by Howard Atherton. Second unit by
Kunde!
There we go. Edited by Bob Boucher. Yeah. And John Wright. Distributed by Buena Vista Pictures. Released January 30th, 1988. Runtime of 106 midgets. Budget $45 million. Gross $11.2 million. Fucking bombed.
Ooh, that hurts.
That hurts a lot.
That's a... Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right, let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
I'm gonna drink this bang. Get all fucking hyped up.
CJ, was that your Hills Have Eyes cannibal voice?
Yes.
Times forever!
I have something here, sir.
I've never seen anything like this.
It's a malfunction, sir.
When
It's been a while since
from
the
high seas. I don't know, sir, but whatever it is, it's
That's what she said.
Oh! The trailer's better than the movie.
Yeah.
Where the hell is everybody?
That can be said for any movie, though.
True that.
They're dead in the water.
I got a really bad feeling about this.
What else has he been in, Chad?
He's been in a lot of shit. A lot. Like a lot of TV stuff lately.
Okay. I thought so. He looks so familiar.
What the hell is that?
Like, I don't know if you ever watched the show Everwood, but he was the dad on Everwood. He was like the main character. It was a good show.
Oh, Substitute.
But this is starting to freak me out, man.
I love those movies.
Who votes we leave?
It's a little discharge. You'll be okay.
That's from a big ass thing in that discharge.
Deep Rising.
Yeah.
That's the name of a Van Halen film.
Hell yeah.
All right. Wait a minute. Why that tagline in the trailer, women and children first?
The Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh, at the same time as Titanic.
That's why.
When they evacuated the Titanic, they said women and children first, into the lifeboats. So they just kind of used that for this. Meaning women and children are going to get eaten first, I guess.
Well,
Although I didn't
fair
see
enough.
a single child on
I
there.
didn't see any children on the boat.
Scuba Steve,
Yes, sir.
read it off.
Plot rundown. A band of ruthless hijackers sees the most luxurious cruise in the world, only to find that all the passengers have mysteriously disappeared. But they are not alone. Something terrifying is lurking just out of sight. Behind every deck and passageway, a deadly force from the unexplored depths of the ocean that begins to snatch the horrified intruders one by one. Treat Williams and sexy Famke Jensen lead a group of survivors who must overcome incredible odds in their breathtaking battle to escape the doomed ship alive.
This was a fun movie to watch.
It was a
That's
very
just
fun.
It was
It's a
very
fun
fun.
movie.
I mean,
It's dumb, but it's fun.
yeah. Well, I mean, aside from the shit CGI, like,
Would you guys like to hear from John?
Yeah.
Yes.
Call him.
See his little vignette.
Hey, what's up, Gorehounds? It's Big Johnny D. Just sending a quick little review for this week, seeing as I'm not here. And, well, we are talking about what? 1998? Yes. 1998's Deep Rising. Wow. Let me just say, thank you, Chad. I enjoy this movie. It's not terrible, but it's not great by any means. And we have terrible CGI, which is probably like going to be the main talking point of everybody poo-pooing on this movie. But it also rips off a fuck ton of other movies. And that leads to my question of the week, gentlemen. So, how many movie references did you catch in this movie? Me personally, Star Wars, Aliens, Predator, Tremors, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Terminator 2, Ghostbusters, and King Kong. So I got 8.
He missed the
So
thing.
if you got any more
yes,
on
he
that,
did.
Yeah.
let me know, Gorehounds. Throw it out there if you caught any more. More than likely, there probably was. Going on from that, I would have to say, douche of the movie full out as Canton. I mean, he hacks motherfuckers in the head. Granted, they kill a bunch of innocents, but this dude literally was okay with everybody dying still to get that insurance money. So fuck that dude. Hottest chick, Famke Jensen, obviously. Who doesn't love a delicious redhead? Best dick, Treat Williams, aka Lone Star. I'm gonna let that step for a second. Chad's probably the only one that got that. Okay.
I didn't even hear. I was too
He's
busy
like
laughing.
the bottom shelf Han Solo, like Han Solo's top shelf, and you got fucking Lone Star for mid. Treat Williams right here.
Nice.
Yeah, still good, but he's cheap and he works. But no, all in all, very enjoyable action horror and full out stunt show by the end of it. So, dude, Universal should have got on this shit, but maybe this movie probably tanked. I honestly didn't look at it. I'm sure it probably did. That being said, I'm gonna give it all around a 3.4. So we'll see you next week, Gorehounds. Love you.
There we go.
Right on, John.
All right. He hit it on the head there, I would say.
I like this film. I think that it was just absolutely crazy from start. What are we getting a lot of noise from? Somebody's gain is super high on their mic.
Is it me?
Is it me?
It's one.
Is it me?
It's Chad. Here, let me mute Chad. See what happens. Welcome to the shit show, everybody. This is where. Let's see who it is.
Is it me?
I think
I
it
don't
might
think
be
it's me.
Bobby. Bobby, can you turn yours down a little bit?
Yeah, hold on.
The sensitivity on your mic. I'm gonna mute him. Okay, so that should be a lot quieter now. Anyway, I love this film. Like Johnny said, it's something. The monster killed it for me in a couple scenes, only because of the way it looked, and it kind of takes away from some of the, I don't know, what would you say, more scenes that relied on tension and stuff just for all to build up to that shitty looking thing. The quality in the way that I watched it was probably that of like 480p, maybe teetering on like double taped over VHS quality type stuff. So I mean, I watched it that way. I mean, maybe that was better than in a clean version where you could probably see the CGI. But I think story-wise, I think it was pretty damn good. I love the setting of the ship. I love some of the interior shots of the hallways, and I like some of the creativity they did with the kills. But other than that, I think a lot of it was just completely killed by the shitty CGI that honestly might have been hindered by the time that this film was made.
I mean, I thought it was, like you said, it was a good, solid story. There wasn't a lot of like loose ends, I guess you would say, in the script itself. The way I watched it, I guess, you could tell the CGI was bad, but I pretty much watched it in like 340p or some shit like that. So it was very, very horrible the way that I watched it. But the CGI, I mean, you could tell it was bad CGI, but the way I watched it, it wasn't really that horrible looking. It was like watching it on like a VHS tape or something. The monster for me was kind of I have a lot of questions about the monster. Yep. But other than that, I mean, I liked it. It was a good, fun film. I don't want to say it's like so, really awesome, but it's a fun watch. If you've never seen the movie, it's a really fun watch.
I'll agree with that as well. I actually found this on demand, so I got a good quality of it. I mean, whether you got a bad quality version of this film or a good quality, the CGI was just terrible.
Yeah.
And like you, Scuba Steve, that monster, I got a lot of questions as to what were they really trying to get as a look for this monster, because it was just so horrible. Even like the tentacles were cool. I like that part, but at the end, like that was so not what I was expecting.
Yeah. And then like did the tentacles have eyes? How did it see? Was it sound? Like what the fuck?
Even like those quick flashes when you're looking at them, like, so how the fuck, like, is it, again, when John mentioned in his that we just watched the Tremors review, I was thinking of Tremors. I'm like, do they hear shit? Like,
yeah, they look like graboids.
Yeah, they did. Like
tentacles.
That whole monster at the end, I was like, this looks nothing like what I envisioned when I was thinking of this movie. But it is a fun watch. It certainly is. So, I mean, would I go back and rewatch it just to actually get every single reference that John mentioned? I only picked up a few. I certainly would for that aspect, because there were so many of them throughout this whole film.
Steve?
Well,
okay. Chad? I guess. Chad hasn't gone yet. Chad?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, you guys are hitting the nail pretty solid on the head as far as, the CGI is pretty shitty. And I don't understand. I've never understood the design of the monster. I mean, I've always had questions about it like you guys do. Like, I question the aesthetics of it is, why do the tentacles have mouths and then the monster at the end has a big ass mouth? It never made any sense to me. If it was just the tentacles were just like these giant worms, which I think that's initially what they were going for, and then it almost seems like they changed their mind at the end on the fly or something. I don't know what the point of that was.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it kind of didn't make any sense because, when Canton says, "Oh, they digest you or they drink you or whatever the fuck." Okay, well, if his main feeding source is the tentacles, why the fuck did it have to have another mouth?
Yeah,
I would have understood. I would have understood like underneath, like an octopus has or something. You know what I mean? But an actual like full face with the mouth, I don't know.
I think they would have been better off with just going like is almost like an octopus head not having a mouth or something like that.
Yep.
But they might have thought that was too plain and just kind of changed the design, in post production. But as far as like the rest of the movie, I always enjoyed it, but I never understood why this Canton dude knew so much about the monster.
Yes. That was one of my notes.
He's talking about these Otoya things. I'm like, what the fuck is an Otoya? I had to look it up, and they don't even exist. They're a prehistoric thing. They don't currently live. So I don't understand how he knew so much about these things that are extinct. They were extinct pretty much before the dinosaurs.
From looking at him, he looks like a heavy reader to me. I mean,
he's a heavy reader.
And I never thought about this, but if you want to kind of take the Lovecraftian kind of twist on maybe he summoned this thing, like it's some kind of Dagon kind of thing. I mean, that's kind of.
I got a lot of, because the what was it called? The Argonautica was the name of the big ship, and then they said Hercules and a couple of other things from mythology. So I thought maybe this would be like a mythological creature, kind of like Scylla or Charybdis or something like that. That was at like the bottom of a whirlpool that would come up. That's just kind of the take I took from it. I love Greek mythology.
Why don't we just say it's the Kraken then?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what it could have been. It could have been the Kraken. They could have went that angle.
Cthulhu. Call it Kraken.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know.
It makes more sense than
that monster at the end looked like a turd. Okay, it looked like someone had a bad day, ate something bad. This is what came out.
A very, very bad day. They had some really shitty store burritos or something.
And why does everything that's so CGI always come off looking really fucking shiny? I mean, I understand this thing comes out of the water and everything, but everything has like this uber reflective surface to it.
Even when you go back and think to the Thing prequel we watched,
exactly,
they were all shiny. They weren't wet. They weren't in the snow, especially if they were inside. It's that glossy finish is kind of what kills it in terms of bad CGI. Then that even though there was much thought put into it, obviously that little detail, no matter what film you talk about, is like left out.
And I feel that this movie would have been a lot better had they used practical effects. I am so against CGI and like Photoshop stuff. Like it kills it for me. You know what I mean? Especially if it's not a good done Photoshop or CGI, it just kills the vibe of the movie for me. So anything, there's no reason that those tentacles couldn't have been done CGI. I mean, maybe budget wise, but I think if it would have been done as a practical effect, it would have been a lot scarier, in some aspects, and they could have made it a little bit not so shiny. And if they were going to do shiny to try to give it like a gooey effect or something, just add more fucking goo.
What I don't understand is they could have completely gone with practical effects because they fucking had Rob Bottin doing the work.
Yeah.
I mean, he did the creature design and everything, and they could have just had him do some more practical effects, and that probably would have saved them a bunch of money in the end too.
Yeah.
The way the creature moved through the ship, I think, is it'd be really difficult to pull off with practical effects. I think a lot of it would end up being reverse shots, honestly.
Well, that part I'm fine with. It's the final result in the end scene where it almost looks like they ran out of money.
Yeah, it's true.
Too.
Yeah,
but, as far as
we get great value Kraken.
And that's what we're gonna call it now.
Great value Kraken.
Great value Kraken.
I think great value is kind of holding that one a little high.
Hey man, you got some of that DG Kraken?
I still want to say though, aside from the shitty CGI, it is a pretty good movie.
Yes.
Not great, but I really enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed it.
It's one of those old fun movies.
There's so much merit in that final sequence, and the stunt work alone. And then I love the whole boat loop thing. Guy just drags his fucking body all the way to the pilots. Just be like, oh, none of this works. And then in a panic, push every button imaginable.
No, shoot every button.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what the hell? Oh! Keep going.
Oh God! This reminds
value Kraken's got him. Somebody save him.
That reminds me of the time he almost fell out of his chair on the show.
He's like,
We're good.
We're good now.
Yes. So one thing that I did notice, Johnny did say the aliens ripoff, of course, the splooge on the shoulder, direct ripoff. But I noticed a ripoff from Alien 3. Did y'all notice that? The diving underwater, the underwater scene where they're going from one part of the ship to the next.
You could also do the whole.
I'm sorry, Alien Resurrection. Alien Resurrection. Yeah. Alien Resurrection.
The whole half, the walking through with the gun, the half, like the hip water thing. That's definitely yeah.
Yeah, Johnny definitely missed the Thing reference with the tentacle under the floorboard, the floor beds.
Yeah,
shooting up. Yep.
I just remember looking at that, going, "Yeah, I know where they got that from." There's no other film that has it.
Yeah, but they share a common bond there with Kunde.
And
Hyundai. So, like the cinematographer used in this film is who is it? I think I looked it up.
Hold on. It's up there.
Howard Atherton. What else did he do?
I've actually never heard.
It has to be a. Here we go. Oh, Bad Boys. Okay, that makes sense. Fatal Attraction, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Wait, what? He did something for... No, come on. What did he do for Holy Grail?
He's the camera and electrical department.
Huh.
Yep.
He was a classic.
Huh. Oh.
Oh, he also did Lassie. Yeah, timeless classics, guys. Over and over again.
So can we do Lassie next week now in honor of this guy?
Yes,
we should.
Yeah.
We will be doing Lassie.
Lassie gets rabies.
Yes.
I'm making that a fucking fan film. I am making that a fan film.
Horror movie and come up with all these ridiculous reasons why.
So this guy really was Bad Boys was 95. So that's where the translation for that awesome action sequence shot goes from, you know? You go from Bad Boys to that, but there's a lot less explosions in this one and lens flare. A lot less Michael Bay too. Anyway, who's gonna answer John's question?
What question?
There's
the big question.
Yeah. What was John's question?
His question was about all the different references that he may have missed.
Okay.
And we kind of just went over that.
Going through that.
Douche of the movie then.
You guys, we didn't even do the behind the scenes stuff yet.
Oh shit! Yep.
We're way off today.
Yeah.
It happens.
John's not here. I'm here. So, guys, before I go into my first note, I have a question for you. The end of the movie. What was on the island?
I swear to God, it was a goddamn kaiju.
Yeah, that was the island where all the kaiju's at.
Yes.
You guys
I was waiting for Rodan to pop out of that volcano at any moment.
You're actually almost dead on. That is actually Skull Island.
Oh,
fuck you.
No shit.
Yep. My first note: the island that the survivors became stranded on at the end of the film is more than a simple nod to King Kong and Skull Island. It was actually intended to be a lead-in to a King Kong reboot, which also would have been directed by Stephen Sommers in the late '90s. An idea for a modern-day Kong reboot began making its way through Hollywood pictures. It was to be a response to the rather poorly received Godzilla by TriStar Pictures, which were released the same year.
Whoa.
So they basically wanted to kind of beat the whole Godzilla King Kong thing, but that didn't really pan out. The idea was initially picked up and Sommers was attached to The Mummy. He expressed a strong interest in becoming involved with the project, but it eventually wound up in development hell and was passed on to other studios, eventually becoming the basis for the 2005 remake by Peter Jackson.
Oh, fucking A.
Real quick, we do not talk about that 98 piece of shit Godzilla.
The thing is, if it wasn't a Godzilla movie, it would have been a pretty good movie. But you can't pass it off as Godzilla. It's just not Godzilla.
Not at all.
I took that disc and threw it away. Like I don't need.
Oh my god!
I like the soundtrack. It had a great soundtrack.
Matthew Broderick is great in his role.
Oh god, the girl playing his wife or girlfriend, or whatever, was so fucking annoying though. She was terrible. She was horrible. Continuing on, Claire Forlani was cast as Trillian St. James originally. She even started shooting, but walked out after just 3 days due to creative differences with the director Stephen Sommers. Then the part went to Famke Janssen.
Okay.
The only other thing I can remember Claire Forlani being in was Mallrats. Like she's been in a lot of other shit, but that's like the only thing I've seen her in.
True.
Harrison Ford turned down the role of Finnegan. Then the production's budget was downsized as a result. So if they would have got Harrison Ford, we probably would have had a much better monster at the end.
Okay.
Shit.
Famke Janssen was almost not cast in this movie because the producers felt she was too recognizable from GoldenEye.
Oh.
But what a way to go in GoldenEye, though, huh?
Oh, she always did enjoy a good squeeze.
God, I haven't seen that movie in so long. The film went over a year in post-production because it took a while to figure out how to do the various special effects for the monsters. So there you go. They basically had no clue what they were doing. That's why it looks like shit. The opening scenes with over 400 extras on the ocean liner were shot over the course of 5 days. Kevin J. O'Connor added a line where he asks if a person can suddenly get asthma. That was ad-libbed, which was actually a pretty funny line, I thought.
Yeah.
Famke Janssen was irritated on her first day because everybody always wants her to look beautiful in character. She wanted to just look normal, but the director told her she could look however she wants when she's not the romantic lead in a movie.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
They originally planned to film in Los Angeles, but the water tank rental alone was going to cost $200,000, so they decided to shoot in Vancouver instead. However, they built the water tank there, it burst and flooded, and ended up costing them over $500,000.
Damn.
Huh.
there's the budget.
Yeah, that's why we get the shit monster.
Yeah, you try and cut corners, and it literally blows up in your face.
Oh.
Stephen Sommers began writing the script, which was then called Tentacle, when he worked at Hollywood Pictures in the mid-90s. Rob Bottin handled creature design for the film, and while they didn't mention it, there's a hallway shot with the floorboards as the creature moves quickly underneath that was borrowed from The Thing.
Yep.
This is the first of 2 collaborations between writer-director Stephen Sommers and composer Jerry Goldsmith. The second was The Mummy. Kevin J. O'Connor wore pads for the scene where the mercenaries took turns beating the shit out of him, but at the end of the shooting day, he was ended up covered in bruises anyway.
Assholes.
In the initial scene in the Argonautica casino, there can be seen some old Italian banknotes, probably used to portray an exotic foreign currency. Their size is 2,000 lire and 1,000 lire. These were the smallest banknotes at the time, roughly equivalent to US $1.50. So it looks like it's a lot of money. It's about
But
a buck
it's
and a
not.
half. It's a buck and a half.
Boy, big spenders.
They spent all their money getting tickets for the boat.
Well, yeah.
It was a horrible
guess-
business model. Definitely
guess-
underestimated the demand.
I guess I guess using the small Italian banknotes is kind of symbolic for how this movie ended up.
Yeah.
The bank will own this. I spent $480 million. I underestimated market.
This originally supposed to come out in May of '97, but they pushed it back for Con Air.
Understandable.
Con Air? God, shit. Sorry, I always use that anytime somebody mentions Con Air. It's dumb, I know. The film originally opened with a much bigger underwater sequence that was still included well into post-production, but special effects delays cost nearly a year of extra time, and the sequence was dropped. The original visual effects team couldn't figure out the animation, so they eventually brought ILM aboard, which should have been the first big monster movie hitting theaters in years, ended up riding a wave of smaller films like Anaconda, Mimic, and The Relic.
The Relic, real quick, is actually.
I love The Relic.
That's a really good movie.
It's a good movie.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Put
Mimic,
it on the list.
Mimic I wasn't too high on. I don't know.
Now, Mimic can go fuck itself, but Relic, you fine, girl.
Wow, show me on the doll where Mimic touched you, TJ. Summers asked Rob Bottin for a rubberized piece of the creature that they could just toss into frame, and weeks went by with nothing until finally 6 crates arrived on set containing tubing for a cannon and tentacle pieces to fire. Neither Treat Williams nor Jansen was excited about having a cannon fired in their direction. Cinematographer Howard Atherton told Summers he was having a lot of problems working with him, and further explained that he normally derives most of his creative juices from his antagonism towards directors. He liked Summers too much to find that rage.
Fair enough.
Okay.
One of the few films that has no heroes or heroines. Finnegan and his crew are hired for villainous reasons. Trillian is a thief, and the mercenaries are simply mercenaries.
Fair enough.
That works.
After shooting the scene at the beginning of the film with all of the extras, the first AD thanked the extras, then introduced Stephen Sommers to them. The extras were confused since they assumed the first AD was the director. In the Blu-ray commentary, Sommers explains that if he were to give direction to any of the extras, they would get paid as actors according to the SAG rules.
Wow. Holy shit.
That's kind of dirty.
That's
filthy.
That's fucked up.
That's funny, but that's wrong. Deep Rising was the second film Famke Janssen and Kevin J. O'Connor starred in together. The first was Lord of Illusions. Talking about how Disney used to have Touchstone in Hollywood Pictures, Summers commented that all they have is Star Wars and Marvel, which is pretty much true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Until they recently bought Fox. Let's hope they don't fuck that up.
Wrong turn to Disney franchise.
Joey Panucci was originally killed by one of the sea monsters in an earlier cut of the film. However, after preview audiences expressed dissatisfaction about his death, a reshoot was done in which he's still alive at the end of the movie. Also, and this is the final thing, there are several allusions to the revelation that the monsters are actually the tentacles of a humongous octopoid monster, most notably Finnegan's speech about the octopus and the bottle.
Yes.
So there were kind of hints, but yeah.
It would have made more sense, even if this was just a big octopus.
Yeah.
It would have been way, way better, even though there's been plenty of octopus movies.
Name 5 octopus movies, Bobby.
Probably name 3. That's still plenty.
Name 5. I still just can't understand why the tentacles had mouths and teeth, and then the monster had a mouth. That just makes no sense.
Yeah, and that was the the huge issue for me. Like we said, it would have been better if it just didn't have that extra mouth. You know, if they were already eating through the tentacles, why the fuck did it need a mouth? Just to make that growl or that yell that it did?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Like they took a reference from a graboid, except the graboid had the mouth to be pulled into. The tentacles didn't eat them; they just grabbed them. So they tried to somehow merge them together, yet it still didn't come out right.
yeah.
Who knows?
We will know.
I don't think even the director knows anymore.
No, I don't think there's any real logic that went behind any of this. So,
hey, before we continue on, why don't we hear from some sponsors?
Ooh.
The one thing you weren't prepared for.
no.
Is that why you did it, Chad?
No, I didn't realize he didn't have it pulled up. He's
got to keep him on his toes. Got to keep him on his toes.
I do.
Keep me on toes. Sponsors. Here we go. Let's see if it works. I had to adjust. G&M ad sponsors. That's what it is. What?
There we are.
Hello there, creepy ghouls. Do you like spooky things and horror movies? Then Cabin 13 has the stuff for you. Check out their selection of horror-themed props, pins, busts, action figures, collectibles, and more. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Be sure to visit cabin13.com and buy something, or I'll kill you! Marcio Charlie's Horror Costume Studios. Premium hand-sculpted latex masks, butts, and hoods. Everything is handmade and painted by Marcio himself. Be sure to check out his wide range and selection of products over at Facebook and Instagram at Horror Costume Studios.
Hey, you out there. Hey, listener. Take a look at yourself. Want to know why you look like shit? Because you aren't wearing Dewback merch. Take your ugly ass over to dewbackdiscussion.net and click on the merch tab. Pick up some hot fucking swag, then you can become a sexual Tyrannosaurus, just like us. Graveyard Classics. Horror-themed tees and posters, professional in-house screen printing, and Jaclade prints. Powered by Death Style Art and Graphics. Go see what you can dig up over at graveyardclassics.net.
Come on down to Mask by Lance, premium Friday the 13th custom-made hockey mask down there in Tennessee by Lance McKinney. Find him on Facebook and Instagram over at Mask by Lance. Go order one now, boy. Yee-hoo!
I love that actually does kind of sound like Lance.
Again,
we love you,
Lance
Lance.
is
We
just
love
the
you.
old dude from Cabin Fever.
Oh yeah, kind of. Oh god, I don't even remember where we were. Douche of the movie.
Yeah, douche of the movie. I would have to say, who is the what the fuck is his name? Hanover. Yep, fuck that guy.
Yeah, the asshole with the glasses.
No, that was. Wait,
No, not Hanover. What the fuck's his name?
Canton.
Canton. Yeah,
That's his name.
yeah. Hanover was the head of the mercenaries. It was also douchey.
Yeah, also douchey, but not to the level Canton.
Well,
was.
he was
Right.
mercenary douchey. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like mercenaries have to be douches, so it's expected. But Canton was a fucking douche. Like,
Well, not only that, out of nowhere, he like knows all this shit about this fucking like.
Oh, that's right. He plays Chilton in Red Dragon too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, he's the douche.
Canton, the douche, definitely.
Yeah. Which brings us to the questions. Gentlemen, what format did you watch it and how was the quality?
On demand, very good quality, shitty CGI.
I don't think anything's going to fix that.
Steve and I watched it barely VHS.
Barely VHS. I watched mine on YouTube.
Yep, same here.
Oh. I downloaded a 1080p version. I didn't feel like
As soon as John told me that the CGI was garbage, I was like, I'm going to watch this one in shitty quality and hope for the best.
Sometimes that's the best way to do it, though.
Yeah,
it is.
That's how me and Johnny watched Until Dawn was on YouTube.
I think that's how I watched.
Or just before dawn, whatever it was. Yeah, just before dawn.
Wrong version.
Oh, shut the fuck up. The waterfall version.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
All right, gentlemen, favorite kill.
Toilet.
Yep, toilet. I wrote that down. The toilet kill was my favorite fucking thing.
It was a tie between that and
The Asian lady got sucked in the
And the
toilet.
axe to the head.
No, the melting. The guy who got
vomited out.
and he comes out, he's all fucking melting. And
That
shit.
wasn't bad, but that was
halfway.
that was probably better CGI than the monsters itself.
That's
Well,
why
That
I
whole
think a lot of the
hallway,
mummies.
dude. That whole like butthole hallway of poo. When he kind of like explains it that he poops out the skeletons, all that is the hallway of poo. It's pink poo with skeletons.
Pew pew. That hallway should have been a lot slipperier though. When they were walking through there, they should have been slipping all over the fucking place.
I thought that too.
Again, this movie really didn't go for effort in the thinking and explanation process of anything involving the monster.
This is that movie that it's
That's like any Steven Sommers movie, though. So I don't really.
This is like that movie, like when you're at
The Mummy's pretty explained pretty well. I mean, you have to with Imhotep of how he gets like brought back to life and how he regenerates. I mean,
This movie reminds me of when you're at the store and you have all this shit in your hands thinking you're going to steal it, and you go through those doorways and it beeps off, but you get this from somebody. You're good.
now that's the team up I'd like to see. Brendan Fraser's character from The Mummy with John Finnegan. See, they'd kick some monster ass together. That's what they would do.
Say what?
Yeah,
Dude,
but it would have
if
been
you-
different time frames though.
If you want to talk movie crossovers that should have happened, then you got to talk The Golden Child and Big Trouble in Little China.
Fuck yes, that would have been amazing.
That would have been the best movie ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
we all answered favorite kill. So, best scene.
Best scene would have to be the entire jet ski sequence.
That's exactly what I was going to say. So yeah,
Fantastic.
I don't think I can argue with that. I have to agree.
The way it was shot is
that just made me want to get on a jet ski for no reason other than to try and
Right?
fly through hallways.
Dude, you don't need a reason to get on a jet ski. Those things are just fun.
I think for me, especially knowing now that it was supposed to be Skull Island, I think that end scene was pretty dope. And I mean, for me, knowing that now that hell, that might have been King Kong rummaging through the damn trees, you know, I that's my scene. I like it.
Samuel Jackson. It's a jet ski, motherfucker.
Okay, so did the opening scene hook you in?
Yes, actually.
Hook, line, and sinker, boy.
The mercenaries, yeah, on the boat.
It took a while for me, so I'm gonna say no. It didn't catch me right off the bat, but
Why did I think the Australian dude was Colin Farrell?
Because you have a man crush on Colin Farrell.
True that.
this is true.
My favorite saying in the whole movie.
Who was it, by the way?
What Finnegan said.
The Australian was Kano.
Kano. Oh, okay. Trevor Goddard. That's right.
Scuba Steve or Chad, help me out here. What does he say, Finnegan, when it comes to money on the ship or something? If it's money we're doing or something.
If the money is there, we do not care.
That's it. That is my favorite line of this whole movie. If the money is there, we do not care.
You know, that's basically $20 is $20.
That's true.
Bobby does live his life like that.
I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
$20 is $20.
You should see what that man can do with $30 and a whole pounder of a beer. Make it disappear, guys. I'll have to show you one night.
Buy more beer to pound more beer while I'm watching TV.
Visit our Patreon for an exclusive video.
Oh, yes. Beer Can Bobby. Coming soon to OnlyFans.
Exclusive.
Oh, fuck.
That brings us up to the next question. Best tits, hottest girl, best dick.
Okay, so the hot lady would be the principal from Faculty. And then for best dick,
Finnegan.
yeah, Finnegan's pretty solid. At least he made me. Oh,
You love that roguish Han Solo thing.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, real quick,
totally get
I
that
have to
vibe.
say this.
He's totally got that Han Solo vibe.
Oh yeah, I swear
great
to God,
value Han Solo.
when this movie ended, the first thing I said was, "He fucking better get laid," because
It's funny that you say
Like-
that right after we said Harrison Ford was the first pick for this role.
Yep.
like he better. If not, that's terrible for him.
Well, I mean, and then what other option is there? They thought there were the only two people left. Because at first I was like, really? Why the fuck would they kiss? But then, you know, okay, cool, whatever. But then they were going to be the only people on the fucking island. So, hell yeah.
Harrison Ford, they would have done more than kiss.
Oh, yeah. He'd have got
Yeah.
his dick wet for sure. Balls.
No doubt. No doubt.
If we could recast, I would like Treat Williams to be Harrison Ford, and I'd like the Tooch guy to be replaced with what the fuck is his name? Pauly Shore.
I don't think Ford would have worked with Shore at all. I don't think it would have worked with
I don't think so. I don't think
I just
so.
think of that movie In the Army now.
Imagine that
How's it
last
going?
scene of Pauly Shore coming in on the fucking surfboard.
The we
You guys rocking lips,
Save some of that for the whistle.
Oh my God. I can't.
I like the dream casting that we do here. It's the great stuff. So the score, is this memorable on any level? Not really for me.
No. I don't remember any part of this score at all.
I saw a blue flash on Steve's screen. It was a ghost. Fucking
I brought one back. I probably brought one back.
I'm literally gonna make a Hatman overlay just to start like fucking clicking on Steve's streams real quick.
Do it.
They're running production,
Do that.
just clicking fucking things, and Hatman just flashing on the screen real quick.
You know, I had a friend.
Start
I had a
questioning
friend of mine.
sanity.
She refused to watch the episode because it had to do with the Hat Man. Like she dead out fucking told me, she's like, I love you, Scoobs, but I will not watch that episode because it has to do with the Hat Man. And all you're doing is giving him more power. I'm like, what the fuck? Is he Freddy Krueger?
He's gonna come popping out like
Gotta quit talking about him, bro.
Summon
All
him.
my children know. So, we can't really answer score. Can we go with song? I don't think so either. Favorite character,
No.
boys.
Finnegan. Like I just liked his attitude.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm here.
I like Joey.
Yeah, Tooch. Yeah, I like him.
Did TJ stroke out?
TJ stroked out.
He looks like it.
Uh-oh.
He was spanking a monkey.
Boss.
This is what he gets for talking shit
That's
about the
what
Hat
he-
Man. The Hat Man
Yep.
did that shit.
Hat Man fucked him up.
The Hat Man fucked you up.
I'm okay.
I just watched that. I watched that movie, A Host. Doesn't end well.
It's gonna try to tickle your butthole.
Ooh.
Can we go off air for 20?
Without asking permission first. But yeah, I like Tooch. Tooch was my favorite character. Just, I mean, he was goofy and he was the tech guy. And I mean, I liked him. I mean, Finnegan was great, but of course, I mean, he's the lead of the movie, so of course he's going to be, this badass. But I like Tooch, and I like the fact that he did survive at the end.
I liked him. I love comic relief. So,
yeah.
For whatever reason, I'm red barring. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Oh, okay, whatever. I don't think it's my connection anyway. So, was it scary? No.
No.
Nah.
I think the CGI prevented it from being.
I mean, it had jump scare moments, but nothing that's like, that was just like, oh, it didn't have any wow factor.
Fair enough. Does it hold up today, guys? I'm going to say no because of the CGI really dates it.
I actually will agree and say no. I mean, would I watch it again? Yes, but does it hold up? No.
Not at all.
CGI, no, definitely not.
Redo the CGI.
Acting
was good. I mean, it wasn't horrible.
Yeah, for this movie, I would say the acting everybody did was well on par with what they needed to do.
Every character played their role to what it needed to be.
Yeah.
They made it believable, but it wasn't anything Oscar worthy, obviously.
Yeah.
If this movie won an Oscar, I would have probably killed myself. I'd be like, I don't.
So with the question of cinematography, I'm going to go with absolutely, only because both people behind the camera on this film knew what they were doing. Yeah. The action sequences were done well for obvious reasons that we stated before for both cinematographers present here. So, I mean, can't go wrong. Excellent. I'd say it was a little bit better than good enough. And I think it really shines in the third act when presented with kind of like the amalgamation of the entire story all packed into that beautiful, beautiful action sequence. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I will say this movie, they all obviously knew what they were doing, but it seemed like this movie was lit a little bright the whole way through.
Well, it's a high-end ship.
True. But
it's not Alien.
Yeah, this is true. So, yeah, I will agree with that. Yeah. All right. I don't really have much to say on this.
This is like if you took Poseidon in that movie Underwater and just fucking
beat the shit out of it.
And then those two fucked, and then it came out with this. Yeah.
So should we watch Underwater at some point?
I heard that. What's that actress's name?
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, I heard she actually acts in this one. So I'm excited to see it.
Facial expression.
Yeah, facial expressions.
Nice.
Very, 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 very rare stuff. Premise, boys. I mean, if you like the last 6 films that we did with this premise, you're gonna love this one even more.
Yep.
This one takes all the fun parts of those previous 6 and just mashes them all together.
Yeah.
Also removes RoboCop.
Yeah.
So I did like this premise. So yeah, it was fun. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We had a Ghostbuster in one too, didn't we?
Yeah, Winston.
Yeah, Winston was in one of them.
Wasn't it the second one we did? Yeah.
He was in the same one with RoboCop.
Okay. They all blend together, Chad. They all blend together, man. Ugh. So, recycle, rewind, or remake? I want to say remake.
I
can get behind that.
Yeah, remake, better graphics, better practical effect. Yeah.
Yeah, remake, definitely.
I think that this story could translate to modern day extremely well. Seeing the reasoning it happens, and then like the computer virus that shuts down everything, and then it just be like a wrong time, wrong place type of thing, and then for it to end up at Skull Island, especially seeing where like cinema is right now, especially with the current Godzilla, King Kong cinematic universe. I mean, this film could absolutely benefit from a remake in modern day.
Yeah,
agreed.
You know what you could do then? Make this monster Biollante.
Nah. I don't know about that.
Good. Just let me have my moment. Just let me have my moment.
Underwater is fucking trash, Brody says. Okay. So, guys, rating.
3.0.
3 for the handsome Italian Scuba Steve.
I'm going to go 3.0 as well.
Chadwick?
I'm going to give it 3.5.
I'm going to give it a 3.25. That has a Gore and More score of 3.2.
Ah, there's my pen.
And what was Johnny's was what, 3.4?
3.4.
Yeah.
Oh, so not far off at all.
So that would take up to maybe 3.3, but we'll just stick with, I'll make it 3.25.
Okay.
I think
Split it down to
I think that's perfect for this.
That's a pretty decent score for this.
Yeah.
I would say it's actually very fair for this.
It's a very fair score for this movie.
So the next couple of films that we have, we're going to return back to normal show format here with John coming back, and then we'll have Brody and Steve coming on with the calls and stuff. So over the next couple episodes, what do we got, Chad? What can we, the listeners?
Next week is Night School.
Night School, okay. That's a Giallo classic.
Followed by the next of our sequel-itis, Halloween 2.
Perfect.
They Live.
Perfect.
Near Dark.
Perfect.
Prince of Darkness.
We just got banger after banger, people.
Then we kind of take a dip down and we do Bloodhook.
We'll be okay.
And then we finish out the rest of our picks going into our Christmas themed. I'm not sure what we're going to do there, but the last one I have on my list is In the Mouth of Madness.
I fucking love that movie.
That was yeah, I put that one in there because I'm like, that's such a weird movie, but it's such a good movie.
Yeah, and because of that, and because I picked, we did The Thing earlier, that's why I threw in Prince of Darkness to complete the trilogy.
And I threw in They Live and then talk about working perfectly in political realm.
That's why I put it this far back.
Yeah, because that's coming. Election day is what?
We have it. It's the third, and we're doing this the second.
Oh,
Night School has all the makings of a Giallo classic that takes place not takes place, but that was made in 1987. And it's an American film that's presented in a way that makes it look Giallo. I mean, the story, the look, the killer, the ladies, everything is just so much 70s Italian films. So I think you guys will like it. I think Chad will love it. And I think
I have no doubt.
These kills are really going to stand out. Bobby's going to love the knife. And I think that you guys are going to super dig just some of the very unique scenes in this film. I own it. Blu-ray. It's one of the first films I picked up. Just caught my eye, especially seeing how much I liked Strip Nude for Your Killer. The killers in both these, the Night School and that film, have a very similar look, very similar tone as well. So hope you guys like it, and I can't wait to talk about it because it's not very often I get to talk about those types of films on here, those Giallo type films.
So guys, I can't help but notice we have 7 films left before December. 4 of them are Carpenter films.
Yeah, yes they are. It's a
Can't go wrong.
Big Carpenter year.
Do we have anything planned for year 3 of the sequel yet, or is that still open?
Oh, we can leave it up in the air. There's some that if we can skip some, I would prefer that because not all the sequels are good.
We can pick and choose.
But we still need a solid. Oh wait, we did. Oh shit. I'll have to write those down. I completely forgot. We did make our picks for December.
Oh,
yeah, we discussed it in the chat.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
I took a screenshot. I took a screenshot of it. I just got to find it.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some pretty solid Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Not really any new horror news really for us to discuss due to the fact that Corona's kind of shut down Hollywood and delayed every film release until further notice. So we're kind of just...
Aside from the announcement today that they're making a 4K Prince of Darkness for January, I think, is when it's supposed to come out.
Well, we do have a fan film coming out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Never Hike in the Snow comes out tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit.
Shout out to Vincent DeSanti, friend of the show and Project Louder. Can't wait to see that. And there will be a review up tomorrow. I will assign one of the boys. First come, first serve. Put it out.
Woo!
Get the clicks, boys. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. What do we got? Okay. Awesome. So, guys, I think that's it for the show. A little shorter show this week, but we will be back next week full swing with a longer episode for all of you crazy cats.
All right.
Kittens out there. But until next time, this is your host with the most, TJ Bowser, signing off.
This is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman, saying, I'll see you next time, bitches.
And this is your host with the ghosts. Be sure to catch me on Somewhat Supernatural, Scuba fucking Steve.
Well, this is your killing.